In the intricate landscape of modern organizations, leadership is no longer defined solely by technical expertise or positional authority. Rather, the ability to navigate complex interpersonal dynamics, inspire trust, and foster an environment of collaboration has become paramount. At the core of these competencies lies emotional intelligence, EI, a multifaceted construct that has emerged as a critical determinant of effective management and sustainable organizational success. Emotional intelligence in leadership transcends the traditional boundaries of management, offering a holistic approach to understanding and influencing human behavior within the workplace. Emotional intelligence, as conceptualized by psychologists such as Peter Salovey, John Mayer, and popularized by Daniel Goleman, encompasses the capacity to recognize, understand, and manage one's own emotions, as well as to perceive and influence the emotions of others. This framework is typically delineated into several key domains: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Each domain plays a distinct yet interrelated role in shaping a leader's effectiveness, impacting everything from decision-making and conflict resolution to team cohesion and organizational culture. Self-awareness, the foundational pillar of emotional intelligence, refers to the ability to accurately perceive one's emotions and their impact on thoughts and behavior. Leaders who possess high self-awareness are attuned to their strengths, weaknesses, values, and triggers. This introspective clarity enables them to approach challenges with authenticity and humility, fostering a sense of trust among team members. For instance, a self-aware leader recognizes when stress or frustration may be coloring their judgment, allowing them to pause, reflect, and respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This level of insight not only enhances personal effectiveness, but also sets a powerful example for others, encouraging openness and continuous self-improvement within the organization. Closely linked to self-awareness is self-regulation, the capacity to manage one's emotions constructively and maintain composure under pressure. In the volatile environment of modern business, leaders are frequently confronted with ambiguity, setbacks, and interpersonal conflicts. Those with strong self-regulation skills are able to channel their emotional responses productively, avoiding destructive behaviors such as anger outbursts, blame shifting, or withdrawal. Instead, they model resilience, adaptability, and patience, qualities that are essential for guiding teams through periods of uncertainty and change. By demonstrating emotional control, leaders create a psychologically safe space where employees feel empowered to voice concerns, take risks, and innovate without fear of retribution. Motivation, another cornerstone of emotional intelligence, extends beyond external rewards and recognition. Emotionally intelligent leaders are driven by intrinsic values and a deep sense of purpose, which fuels their commitment to organizational goals. This internal drive is contagious, inspiring others to pursue excellence and persevere in the face of obstacles. Moreover, leaders with high motivation set ambitious yet attainable objectives, maintain a positive outlook, and celebrate incremental progress, all of which contribute to sustained team morale and productivity. Their passion and optimism serve as a catalyst for collective achievement, reinforcing a culture of engagement and continuous improvement. Empathy, often regarded as the heart of emotional intelligence, involves the capacity to understand and share the feelings of others. In a leadership context, empathy transcends mere sympathy or politeness. It requires active listening, genuine concern, and a willingness to see situations from multiple perspectives. Empathetic leaders are adept at recognizing the emotional undercurrents that influence team dynamics, such as anxiety during organizational restructuring or excitement about new projects. By validating employees' experiences and responding with compassion, leaders build deep, trust-based relationships that foster loyalty, collaboration, and psychological safety. Empathy also plays a crucial role in managing diversity and inclusion, as it enables leaders to appreciate and leverage the unique backgrounds, talents, and viewpoints of their team members. The final domain, social skills, encapsulates the ability to navigate complex social environments, build rapport, and influence others effectively. Leaders with strong social skills excel at communication, conflict resolution, and negotiation. They are able to articulate a compelling vision, provide constructive feedback, and mediate disputes with tact and diplomacy. These abilities are particularly vital in today's interconnected, multicultural workplaces, where collaboration across functional, geographic, and cultural boundaries is the norm. Socially skilled leaders foster a sense of belonging and shared purpose, aligning individual aspirations with organizational objectives and driving collective success. The interplay between these domains of emotional intelligence creates a virtuous cycle that amplifies leadership effectiveness. Self-awareness informs self-regulation, enabling leaders to respond to challenges with equanimity. Motivation provides the energy and focus needed to pursue meaningful goals, while empathy and social skills facilitate the building of strong, cohesive teams. Together, these competencies enable leaders to navigate the complexities of human behavior, adapt to changing circumstances, and inspire others to achieve their full potential. The impact of emotional intelligence on management effectiveness is supported by a growing body of empirical research. Studies have consistently shown that leaders with high EI outperform their peers on a range of metrics, including employee satisfaction, team performance, and organizational profitability. For example, a landmark study by the Center for Creative Leadership found that executives who derailed in their careers often lacked emotional competencies, such as empathy, impulse control, and conflict management. Conversely, leaders who excelled were distinguished not by superior technical skills, but by their ability to connect with others, manage stress, and foster positive work environments. One of the most significant ways in which emotional intelligence enhances management effectiveness is through improved communication. Effective leaders recognize that communication is not merely the transmission of information, but a dynamic process of understanding and connection. Emotionally intelligent leaders are attuned to both verbal and nonverbal cues, enabling them to gauge the emotional climate of their teams and tailor their messages accordingly. They listen actively, ask clarifying questions, and provide feedback that is both honest and supportive. This approach not only reduces misunderstandings and conflict, but also enhances transparency, accountability, and trust. Conflict resolution is another area where emotional intelligence proves invaluable. In any organization, disagreements are inevitable, whether they arise from differences in opinion, competing priorities, or personality clashes. Leaders with high EI approach conflict as an opportunity for growth rather than as a threat. They remain calm and objective, seeking to understand the underlying interests and emotions of all parties involved. By facilitating open dialogue and encouraging collaborative problem-solving, they transform potential sources of division into catalysts for innovation and learning. This capacity to manage conflict constructively is especially important in diverse teams, where varying perspectives can either fuel creativity or lead to fragmentation if not managed skillfully. Emotional intelligence also plays a pivotal role in decision-making. While data and analysis are essential components of sound decisions, leaders must also consider the emotional and relational implications of their choices. Emotionally intelligent leaders are able to balance logic with intuition, drawing on their self-awareness and empathy to anticipate how decisions will be received and to mitigate potential resistance. They are more likely to engage stakeholders in the decision-making process, soliciting input and building consensus. This inclusive approach not only leads to better outcomes, but also enhances buy-in and commitment among team members. The cultivation of a positive organizational culture is perhaps one of the most far-reaching benefits of emotionally intelligent leadership. Culture is shaped by the values, behaviors, and interactions that define the everyday experience of employees. Leaders set the tone for the organization, modeling the attitudes and behaviors they wish to see reflected throughout the workforce. Emotionally intelligent leaders foster cultures characterized by respect, inclusivity, and psychological safety. They celebrate diversity, encourage open communication, and support the personal and professional development of their team members. This nurturing environment not only enhances employee well-being and retention, but also drives innovation and adaptability in the face of change. The importance of emotional intelligence in leadership is further underscored by the challenges of the contemporary business environment. The rapid pace of technological advancement, globalization, and demographic shifts have created unprecedented levels of complexity and uncertainty. Leaders are required to manage virtual teams, navigate cross-cultural interactions, and respond to the evolving expectations of a multi-generational workforce. In this context, technical competence alone is insufficient. Leaders must possess the emotional agility to adapt to change, build resilient teams, and inspire confidence amid ambiguity. Developing emotional intelligence is not a static achievement, but an ongoing process of self-reflection, learning, and growth. Organizations can play a vital role in fostering EI among their leaders through targeted training, coaching, and feedback mechanisms. For example, leadership development programs that incorporate emotional intelligence assessments, experiential learning, and peer coaching have been shown to enhance self-awareness, empathy, and social skills. Regular feedback from colleagues, mentors, and direct reports provides valuable insights into one's emotional strengths and areas for improvement. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation and journaling, can also support the development of self-regulation and emotional resilience. At the individual level, leaders can cultivate emotional intelligence by embracing a mindset of curiosity and openness. This involves seeking out diverse perspectives, reflecting on one's emotional responses, and being willing to challenge deeply held assumptions. Developing empathy requires intentional effort, such as engaging in active listening, expressing appreciation, and seeking to understand the experiences of others. Building social skills involves practicing clear communication, giving and receiving feedback, and navigating difficult conversations with grace and integrity. The benefits of emotional intelligence extend beyond the individual leader to the entire organization. Teams led by emotionally intelligent managers report higher levels of engagement, collaboration, and psychological safety. Employees feel valued and understood, which fosters loyalty and reduces turnover. Organizational performance is enhanced through improved decision-making, innovation, and adaptability. In a rapidly changing world, emotional intelligence serves as a critical differentiator, enabling organizations to attract, retain, and develop top talent. Despite its many advantages, the integration of emotional intelligence into leadership practice is not without challenges. Some leaders may view EI as a soft skill that is less important than technical expertise or strategic acumen. Others may struggle to overcome ingrained habits or cultural norms that discourage emotional expression. Overcoming these barriers requires a concerted effort at both the individual and organizational levels. Leaders must recognize that emotional intelligence is not antithetical to rationality or performance. Rather, it is a complementary set of skills that enhances decision-making, relationships, and results. Organizations can support the development of emotional intelligence by embedding it into their values, policies, and practices. This includes integrating EI competencies into performance evaluations, leadership selection criteria, and succession planning, providing opportunities for leaders to practice and refine their emotional intelligence in real-world contexts, such as cross-functional projects, mentoring relationships, and community engagement, reinforces the importance of these skills. Celebrating and rewarding emotionally intelligent behaviors, such as empathy, collaboration, and ethical decision-making, signals a commitment to a people-centered approach to leadership. In addition to formal training and development initiatives, leaders can leverage informal learning opportunities to enhance their emotional intelligence. This might involve seeking out feedback from trusted colleagues, reflecting on challenging interactions, or observing role models who exemplify emotionally intelligent leadership. Peer networks and support groups can provide a safe space for leaders to share experiences, exchange insights, and hold one another accountable for growth. By normalizing conversations about emotions and well-being, organizations can reduce stigma and create a culture in which emotional intelligence is valued and cultivated. The role of emotional intelligence in crisis leadership is particularly noteworthy. During times of crisis, such as economic downturns, organizational restructuring, or public health emergencies, leaders are called upon to provide stability, reassurance, and direction. Emotionally intelligent leaders are able to manage their own anxiety, communicate transparently, and demonstrate empathy for the fears and concerns of their teams. They are skilled at making difficult decisions under pressure, balancing the needs of multiple stakeholders, and maintaining morale in the face of adversity. Their ability to foster trust and resilience is critical to navigating uncertainty and emerging stronger from challenges. Moreover, emotional intelligence is increasingly recognized as a key driver of ethical leadership. Leaders are frequently faced with dilemmas that require balancing competing interests, upholding organizational values, and considering the broader impact of their actions. Emotionally intelligent leaders are guided by a strong moral compass, informed by self-awareness, empathy, and a commitment to integrity. They are able to recognize the emotional and ethical dimensions of decisions, engage stakeholders in meaningful dialogue, and act in ways that build trust and credibility. This ethical orientation not only enhances the reputation of the organization, but also contributes to long-term sustainability and social responsibility. The intersection of emotional intelligence and diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, is another area of growing importance. As organizations become more diverse, leaders must be equipped to navigate cultural differences, address unconscious bias, and create inclusive environments where all employees can thrive. Emotional intelligence provides the foundation for these efforts, enabling leaders to recognize and value diverse perspectives, build cross-cultural relationships, and respond constructively to incidents of exclusion or discrimination. By modeling inclusive behaviors and championing DEI initiatives, Emotionally intelligent leaders help to create a workplace where everyone feels seen, heard, and respected. Technology and remote work have introduced new challenges and opportunities for emotionally intelligent leadership. Virtual teams require leaders to be even more intentional in their communication, relationship building, and conflict management. The absence of face-to-face interaction can make it more difficult to read emotional cues and build trust. Emotionally intelligent leaders leverage digital tools to maintain connection, provide regular feedback, and create opportunities for informal interaction. They are proactive in checking in on the well-being of team members, addressing concerns, and fostering a sense of belonging despite physical distance. The future of leadership will undoubtedly place even greater emphasis on emotional intelligence. As artificial intelligence and automation transform the nature of work, uniquely human skills, such as empathy, creativity, and collaboration, will become increasingly valuable. Organizations that prioritize the development of emotional intelligence among their leaders will be better positioned to adapt to change, harness the potential of diverse teams, and deliver exceptional value to customers and stakeholders. In conclusion, emotional intelligence represents a transformative force in leadership, enhancing management effectiveness across a wide array of domains. By cultivating self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills, leaders are able to navigate the complexities of human behavior, foster high-performing teams, and drive organizational success. The integration of emotional intelligence into leadership practice requires a commitment to ongoing learning, reflection, and growth at both the individual and organizational levels. As the demands of the business environment continue to evolve, emotionally intelligent leadership will remain a critical differentiator, enabling organizations to thrive in an increasingly complex and interconnected world. Through the intentional development and application of emotional intelligence, leaders can inspire trust, unleash potential, and create lasting value for their teams and organizations.